Aloha and welcome to Moonscope's Astrology. Today you'll find out the general astrology forecast beginning at the Aries Lunar Eclipse on October 18th through the Scorpio solar eclipse on November 3rd. I'm your host, intuitive astrologer KG Stiles, in professional practice since 1980. Moonscope's Astrology is sponsored by PurePlantEssentials.com, Organic Aromatherapy, and HealthMasterySystems.com, the place to go for your integrative healthcare needs, including astrology sessions with me. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my videos, as well as leaving your comments. I love hearing how things are going for you. I will be giving a live astrology presentation in Ashland, Oregon about the eclipse season. The event is hosted by Science and Consciousness. A link for all the juicy details appears below. Also, I wanted to announce our annual Founders Day sale event on October 14 and 15. This is our biggest sales event of the year when you can get huge savings on all of our products and services. Please click on the Founders Day sales link below for all the details. Also, until November 3rd, you can save 40% off a 1-hour special eclipse report with me. A purchase link appears below. On October 18th at 4:38 p.m. Pacific, we have a lunar eclipse, Aries Lunar Eclipse at 25 degrees Aries. Eclipses bring lasting change to your life and set you firmly on course to fulfill your life purpose. During the eclipse season, there is an elevation in the Earth's frequencies, and your nervous system may feel overcharged with electromagnetic energy. The Aries full moon penumbral eclipse activates a grand cardinal cross between the Sun in Libra, Pluto in Capricorn, Uranus in Aries, and Jupiter in Cancer. The Aries lunar eclipse will have a tremendous impact for some individuals, as well as for the collective, creating sweeping social change. Those with personal planets or points, that's your Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Midheaven, Venus, Mars, and Mercury, in a cardinal sign of Libra, Capricorn, Aries, or Cancer, will feel the force of the Aries lunar eclipse most strongly, especially if your personal planet is in a cardinal sign within 3 to 4 degrees either side of 25 degrees. That's from 21 to 22 to 28 to 29 degrees in a cardinal sign. The astrological influences leading up to the Aries lunar eclipse are quite potent and provide lots of stimulus for growth and change that can be quite unsettling or even volatile. The celestial forces are effectively clearing the way for a powerful shift in consciousness that was seeded at the Libra new moon on October 4th. Please watch my YouTube video about the Libra new moon to find out more. If you are a sensitive, you most likely have been feeling this tremendous shift in energy gaining pace. Your consciousness may be flooded with new images and evolutionary ideas, most especially about your connection with all of life. A tremendous breakthrough in your consciousness is at hand if you will open to it. This is more than an idea of oneness, but an actual paradigm shift occurring in your consciousness that's deeply affecting you. A lot of old buried emotions may surface for clearing at this time. Some of you may experience this new impulse of energy generally as feeling more confident and at peace within yourself, and at the same time quite motivated to make the necessary changes. The Sun has begun shifting its magnetic poles, which it does every 11 years. Not surprisingly, the number 11, the master number, repeats itself numerous times throughout this period of time we are now traversing that was ushered in by the Pisces full moon. To learn more about the Pisces full moon cycle, please watch my YouTube video. Notice, for instance, that the Libra new moon was at 11 degrees. It is now time for you and I to accept complete responsibility for our life experience. We are each shifting from victim consciousness and suffering over our suffering to being fully empowered human beings. As the number 11 activates the frequency of mastery within yourself, you may begin more and more to no longer be intimidated by life or feel afraid to embrace and embody your life fully. You are no longer willing to live unconsciously from a place of fear within yourself. You open to trusting that life has your back and completely loves and supports you to be your authentic self at all times and in all ways. I'm going to briefly review the planetary alignments leading up to the Aries full moon lunar eclipse. For more details about the astrology of the Aries lunar eclipse, please click on the link below for the Aries Lunar Eclipse Astrology. Setting the stage for the Aries lunar eclipse. Please note that the celestial events I'm about to review operate together to influence a paradigm shift for individuals and the collective consciousness. They are not isolated events, but connected to one another as moving, fluctuating patterns of energy. On October 15th, Mars enters the sign of Virgo, the original healer, whose interests are health and service. Mars will remain in Virgo until December 7th. Mars rules Aries, so its move into Virgo helps you to ground the Aries full moon energy in your personal life, and your focus for taking action is on healing and being of service. You can easily focus on practical details. Also on October 15th, a stellium of planets in Pisces, Neptune, Chiron, and the Moon expand your feeling of compassion and awaken the wisdom of your heart. Also on October 15th, a T-square between the Moon, Neptune, and Chiron, conjunct in Pisces, opposite Mars in Virgo, both square to Venus in Sagittarius, creates an opening for you to break through old patterns. Also on October 15th, Jupiter in Cancer opposes Pluto in Capricorn, so something hidden is illuminated and integrated so that healing may occur. Pay attention to what percolates to the surface on October 15th. This is a day of revelation when much surfaces for integration and healing. Keep your Martian energies focused on healing and being of service. On October 16th, Venus in Sagittarius trines Uranus in Aries. This is a wonderful aspect for some hidden new opportunity to appear in your life. It could be a personal or business-related matter. It fills you with excitement and new possibilities for doing something you love or being with someone you love is potentially a very high-voltage feel-good day for you. On October 16th, we also have a grand water trine that supports emotional healing. Also on the 16th, there is a kite forming when opportunities for rising above what has previously held you back are available. On October 17th, the Moon enters the sign of Aries and begins to activate the Cardinal Grand Cross, first squaring Pluto in Capricorn at 10:36 a.m. Pacific, then conjuncts Uranus at 12:01 p.m. Pacific, and on the 18th, squares Jupiter at 5:54 a.m. Pacific, then eclipses the Sun at 4:38 p.m. Pacific when it immediately goes void of course. How these celestial forces will play out for you as an individual will be unique to you. On the collective level, there is an activation and elevation of consciousness. Old structures that no longer serve the greater good may collapse. Freedom of individual rights, fairness, and justice are highlighted. On October 17th, the Aries moon makes a trine to Venus in Sagittarius. This trine to Venus imbues the Aries full moon with charm and grace. So even though there is a great deal of punch to the Aries full moon, it has a beneficial quality and is expansive, loving, and gracious. The Sabian symbol for the 25 degrees Aries full moon lunar eclipse is a double promise, reveals its inner and outer meanings. Reflect on the meaning of this Sabian symbol and see what it reveals for you at this time in your life. Something may culminate at the Aries lunar eclipse as something new begins. It's a profound and potentially easy shift that happens given the astrological setup. There often is a period of adjustment that ensues for up to 6 months or a year after the eclipse. You may feel tested to rise above your current circumstances and have an opportunity to break through old habitual patterns during the eclipse season. Do the best you can to let go of natural resistance to change and allow things to flow and see good things happening for yourself and our world. I'll be posting an Aries Lunar Eclipse meditation. Sign up for a free Health Mastery membership on my website at kgstiles.com to receive notice when the Aries Lunar Eclipse meditation is available. A link appears below. For more details about the Aries Lunar Eclipse astrology and coaching tools about how to integrate the energies at this time, click on the link below. On October 19th, Mars at 2 degrees Virgo opposes Neptune at 2 degrees Pisces. There can be confusion about what action to take as your desire body is flooded with the spiritual influence of Neptune. Allow yourself to acclimate to the healing influence of Mars in Virgo. On October 21st, Mercury stations retrograde at 18 degrees Scorpio. Mercury will be retrograde in Scorpio until November 10th, when it stations direct at 2 degrees Scorpio. It's time for you to do some detective work in the area of your life where Mercury is located. You'll dig deep as you review how you think about this area of your life. Mercury will come out of its shadow phase, the degree where it went retrograde, on the 27th of November. On October 22nd, the Sun ingresses into Scorpio. We have a stellium of planets in Scorpio along with the North Node for the next 4 weeks. You'll be feeling passionate and intense about your life. On October 25th, the Sun at 2 degrees Scorpio trines Neptune at 2 degrees Pisces. You'll feel dreamy and romantic today. A grand water trine is active during this time, making it a sweet day. On October 26th, we have the last quarter moon at 3 degrees Leo square the Sun at 3 degrees Scorpio. Leo and Scorpio are fixed signs, so there can be a feeling of stress, and you may feel challenged to relax and let go of an inner power struggle to your self-realization. Perhaps the struggle is between your old identity and a new identity that's being birthed. Events accelerate rapidly starting on October 29th when Mercury retrograde at 13 degrees Scorpio conjuncts Saturn, activating a fast-paced series of planetary events leading to the Scorpio solar eclipse on November 3rd. The next day, on October 30th, the Sun at 7 degrees Scorpio conjuncts the North Node. Then on October 31st, Mars at 9 degrees Virgo trines Pluto at 9 degrees Capricorn and quincunxes Uranus at 9 degrees Aries. You are supported with an opportunity to transform and heal something that's been hidden and blocks you from expressing your authentic individuality. The quincunx or inconjunct between Mars and Uranus is a very weird feeling influence. It feels like a nuisance and isn't easy for you to understand. The best way I've found to integrate inconjunct energy is to meditate upon the incongruity that may surface as just plain weird feelings. Any weird feelings will settle quickly if you don't resist them. We have a finger of God or Yod forming between Mars at 9-10 degrees Virgo and the Sun, Mercury at 9-10 degrees Scorpio, and Saturn and the North Node in Scorpio, and Uranus at 9 degrees Aries. The finger or apex of the Yod is Uranus and Aries. This is a fated point. There is tremendous feminine earth-water impulse to break through a warring type patterns represented by the Uranus and Aries energy, freeing the individual from collective restraints. Remember, your feelings are to be felt and not necessarily acted upon. Choosing the better feeling thought aligns you with your higher purpose and gives you your best possible results. November 1st is an extraordinarily powerful day as we have the 4th exact square between Uranus at 9 degrees Aries and Pluto at 9 degrees Capricorn. We have more powerful aspects occurring on November 1st, including Mercury conjunct the Sun at 9 degrees Scorpio, sextile Pluto at 9 degrees Capricorn. The supportive sextile energy at work in the earth water elements helps to absorb and ground the tense energy of the exact square between Pluto and Uranus being released. The moon is in Libra today, making you more instinctively and emotionally balanced, which is a very good thing. There is tremendous support on this day between action-oriented Mars, the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, the North Node, and Pluto to transform and heal what's been hidden and needs regeneration. These energies clear the way for the solar eclipse new moon at 11 degrees Scorpio on November 3rd at 4:05 a.m. Pacific. The Sabian symbol for 11 degrees Scorpio is a drowning man is being rescued. Reflect on the symbol for what message it may have for you. The annular Scorpio solar eclipse is part of the Saros cycle that started with a partial solar eclipse on March 7, 1617. An annular eclipse occurs at the new moon when the Sun and Moon are conjunct, and the Moon appears to be smaller than the Sun, so the Sun appears as a bright coronal light surrounding the dark disk of the Moon. The path of the Scorpio solar eclipse will most impact the United States and Mexico. I'll post more about the Scorpio solar eclipse cycle very soon. You can schedule a private astrology session to find out how this eclipse season may be affecting your life and creating dynamic change for you. Until November 3rd, you can purchase a 1-hour special eclipse report with me at 40% off. Click on the link below. Please leave your questions and comments below and let me know how things are going for you. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, relax and enjoy your life. I'm your host, KG Stiles.